It's pretty much full like the computer, just by like a little bit. But I'll give you a paper. So should I just do it like how I think a podcast should be done, and then you just give me recommendations? So hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. What do we call it, Kevin? The Kevin Bill podcast.
Sure.
So
we'll discuss on the name. We'll come up with a better name. Future episodes, we'll have a better name.
Better name. But I think you need to come closer, Kevin, because this microphone, there's only one pickup right there. But we're gonna talk about badminton. We're gonna talk about life. We're just gonna talk about anything in general. So this podcast is very generic.
Yep.
Yeah, and then in this episode, let's talk about what did we say last time? Let's talk about the 5 best men single player.
Our 5 favorite
in your in their prime, but we can't go back too long. Probably go back last 5 years, but you can stretch it back. So last 5 years, you can Chong was still on. You can stretch it back to their prime, and then just like whoever you think is the strongest. Because if you go backwards more, I don't really watch badminton back then. Like Taufik, I know he's really famous, but I never really see him play in like a real match. So I don't really know how good he was in his prime. So we just stretch it back 5 years, yeah?
Sure.
And then we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone will work in their prime. And then we just come up and then, all right, 2 minutes in the prime. So Axelson now is in the prime. But it's quite hard. It's quite hard.
So we're saying like who number 1 is going to be like who we think definitely will win. So let's say
there's an Olympic and all of them's around their 23, 25 years old.
Yeah.
In their prime, but Victor Axelson prime in 30, so we count him as 30. Just when he's at the peak performance.
Sure.
And last 5 years, it includes every player that was present. So it's stretched back to 2018. So it includes Lin Dan and Chong as well.
Sure.
But anyone before that doesn't count because I don't really know them that well. But Lin Dan and Lee Chong I saw them in their prime, kind of.
Sure.
And then you can have if you think someone ties, you can just put 2 names in one. If you can't decide, and then we just list 5, I guess. Or it can be even your favorite, like it can be biased, yeah, because this is.
Yeah. It's personal list, so personal biases will come into it. But I think I got my 5.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm struggling to.
This has been also because men's singles has been quite
hard. Yeah, like I'm getting a little bit stuck.
Because recent men's singles has been quite interesting because you have it's quite hard to predict. Like anyone could take it. Whereas before, like Lin Dan, Lee Chong Wei era, those two were quite dominant.
Actually, I don't have enough players. I can't put double because I put one of them as double. I don't think I can do that now. The last one will be the last one's hard. In the prime, who was right up there.
You can also just put like a current favorite of yours that you think has potential.
But I think this one's more. I try to be as objective as possible, so not really biasing towards personal favorite play style and stuff.
Sure.
But I think the first one is quite obvious. The first one, I'm guessing your one's Lin Dan as well.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because Lin Dan in the 2018 one, I'll say there was no competition, right?
2008.
2008. That in his prime when he's like around 25, 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
There was no competition, right?
He was so dominant,
because
yeah.
So what would you go first? Do you want to talk a little bit about him?
Yeah. So I only saw. I was quite young back then as well, but I saw glimpses of the final. I was not into badminton. I just remember seeing Lin Dan absolutely dominating. I didn't know who he was, but later on in life when I got into badminton, I later learnt and I watched that game again, and he was on fire.
He was on fire.
He was absolutely killing everything.
His smash, I have to say, the last time I saw that match, the 2008 Olympics, was like maybe a month or 2 ago. And I just saw that speed of that smash. And Chong Wei back then, he was not rusty. Like Chong Wei was right up there as well.
Yeah.
He got in like the final against Lin Dan. I would say the mentality work, definitely Chong Wei gets affected by the crowd a little bit. But whereas I don't think Lin Dan gets affected by the crowd as much. Lin Dan, he's
I think he enjoyed it because it was in Beijing. It was like home crowd, and he just like loved that atmosphere. He just loved being on the court and just playing. Yeah, he was just like, I'm gonna use this as my stage, and I'm gonna win. and that's
Yeah,
exactly what he did.
I was actually talking about like effective crowd, as in if that Olympic was hosted in Malaysia, I think Lin Dan would have still taken it.
Yeah,
Because even with the cheering of the crowd, I don't think Chong Wei could have stand up to Lin Dan's ego back then. Because he looked like he wanted.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's cold. Although it's not very stable, but he's one on the court. I would say he looks like a lion. Like
Yeah.
like he's not playing like later on in the game. He was playing slow, and then he was waiting for opportunities. He's like playing smart. But back then he was just like you could see it. Chong Wei do one lift, he would just jump back and he
Yeah.
would do a bloody big ass smash and then just fucks anyone up. So I think if Axelson's prime goes against that Lin Dan, any kind of lift, because Axelson I think in his prime he plays more of the style of like kind of like just long game as well. It's very stable. I think Lin Dan would have really enjoyed play Axelson in his prime and just do those really big smashes against Axelson.
Yeah.
But then Axelson got good defense as well. But I'll still
He
say
struggles nowadays, Axelson, I would say, with
Yeah.
with those power smashes. He struggles like when the
Against-
shuttle's a bit faster. Axelson struggles a bit. He does well with slow shuttles, but I think that that 2008 Olympic match, Lin Dan was too good. Like I don't think He
You don't
was
think he would
too
take it, yeah?
explosive. Speed of movement was fast. His like reading and positioning was also just very, very good.
Yeah.
He was everywhere. So
He was.
yeah.
I remember seeing in an interview. I don't know if you saw a Lin Dan's interview on 2004 Olympic. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen
No.
that one.
So Lin Dan was talking. Lin Dan was heartbroken because he was the world first at the time. Yeah, he was ranked first. He got in. He was excited. He could like in the interview. I don't know. I feel that's the feel he gave me. Yeah, I can't quote the exact word. He would say he could feel the gold. He
Right.
went in the first match. He got knocked out, and then that interview was with Chong Wei, and then Chong Wei was like, "What? What? Lin Dan got knocked out?" And then he didn't get knocked out, but I think he got knocked out at like the round of 16 or something, very later on, or round of 8 or something. He proceeded a lot further, but back then it was still just Lin Dan and Chong Wei as the dominant ones, because I don't think Taufik back then it was like near the end of his play, although they were quite similar age. But I think before 2004, Taufik lost quite a few times to Lin Dan and Chong Wei. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was.
Actually, Taufik still was. The quarterfinals would usually be the big four. So Lin Dan, Lee Chong Wei,
Peter
Taufik, and Peter Gay.
Because I remember very vividly, Peter Gay couldn't handle Lin Dan back then. Any kind of match around the 2004, 2005, 2003 era. Like, I don't know, I nearly said Bill Gates, but what's his name? Peter Gates.
Peter Gay.
Peter Gate, he couldn't stand up to Lin Dan. So I think that Lin Dan with the 2008, if we chuck in Victor Axelsen in his prime, I don't think he will win. Momota in his prime with that defense and that network against the very aggressive Lin Dan, I think it's quite a tight call, kind of feel. Because I just feel the style matches are quite what do you call it? It's like kind of a little bit of counter. Because I think how Momota always beats Axelsen is he keep getting back those really big smashes.
Yeah.
And Axelsen would just like get really annoyed, just shakes his head like I can't find a way to like break him. Do you get what I mean? Because Momota really enjoys that's why I feel like in his prime, Momota's prime, when he's against Axelsen, he really enjoys those big smashes, and then he just gets it back like right over the net. And this one, it should be okay. Yeah. So the first is Lin Dan by no doubt. Yeah. Same with the other one.
Yeah.
And what was I saying? I was just saying Momota will come close, but I think Lin Dan with the 2008 Lin Dan with that Olympic big match, I think Lin Dan will take it.
Yeah.
You reckon?
I think so too.
Do you think there's any competition for Lin Dan? Anyone in their prime?
Anyone in their prime?
Yeah, because I think Momota might come close, but
I reckon
go on.
Lee Chong Wei. Towards the end of his, because Lee Chong Wei progressively got better and better as time went on.
Are you talking about the 2011 kind of Lee Chong Wei?
Yeah.
Or 2011 Lee Chong Wei? But by then, I don't think was Lin Dan still in his prime, because I feel Lin Dan's style changed so much.
It changed.
It
But
changed
Lin Dan
so
was
much.
still a big player. So the reason why he had a coach change,
Yeah.
Also, the previous style he used to play, he could not keep up with it anymore, just because it was way too explosive.
Way too tiring. Yeah, for his body.
Yeah, and he also, as he aged, he could not keep it up anymore. So
But-
he changed his style.
Right, but let's say just with that same style, if Lin Dan's body could handle it in the 2011, do you think Chong Wei would still stand a chance, or do you think it will be still dominated? Because just let's hypothetically say Lin Dan was in his top performance still in like the 2008. Do you think Lee Chong Wei will? But definitely between the 2008 and 2011, Chong Wei he had like a quite big upgrade, I would say, because I saw the two games. Chong Wei was a lot more calmer. I think it's just when you lose so many times, you don't have that pressure anymore because you're just losing again. But then if you win it, it's a really big one because Lin Dan always beats you, and this one's the world championship.
Yeah.
But what do you think if Lin Dan back into like the 2008 Lin Dan against 2000?
I still think Lin Dan would have taken it, but I
it would
do
be
think
close, yeah.
it would have been close.
So if they, let's say, if they had 3 games, you think Chong Wei might take 1, yeah, and Lin Dan will take 2, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
And it would
along
be
that line,
it would be very close. I
Very
think it would be
close, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because Chong Wei just leveled up his speed of movement and his deceptive drop.
Yeah.
So yeah, his racket skill also just improved dramatically.
I have to say, cause I didn't pay that much attention to the games back then. It's just more like I scroll back, so I pretty much only watch the big games.
Right.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. But back then, maybe you watched like a round of 16. Maybe they burst someone else and those stuff. I actually never watch it. I only watch the really big ones like Lin Dan against Chong Wei, Lin Dan against that, Gun against that.
Yeah.
Like gets a lot of views on YouTube and stuff.
Right. Because even towards the end of, I mean, we'll get to the other players a bit later, but let's say Momota, like towards the end of Lee Chong Wei's career, he still was able to beat Momota. And
Right,
Momota was still coming up back then. Momota was like in the middle of his like best years.
Yeah, that
2019
one I
Malaysia
definitely
Open.
that one I definitely give it to you because that was the very end of Chong Wei's career, but that was the peak of Momota.
Yeah, and
And
Chong Wei could still beat Momota.
yeah.
So I think if the closest competitor to Lin Dan, I would say would definitely have to be Chong Wei. Like prime Lin Dan, his competitor would have to be Chong
Okay.
Wei.
All right, let's move on. I think number 2 we're gonna start having some discussion because it's gonna segue quite a bit. So who was your number 2?
Obviously, I put Lee Chong Wei
Lee Chong Wei, yeah.
because
Yeah, you take a guess of mine.
yours. I think you put Momota,
Momota, no, actually.
Axelsen then.
Yeah, Axelsen.
Right.
Because it was a tie. It was a tie between Axelsen and Lee Chong Wei. Just because I feel just the Axelsen in the 2000 and let's say 21, 22. I feel he was so different to 2019. Do you feel
I
that?
also agree.
Because 2019, I forgot when was that last video. I remember very later on, just like Momota, yeah, very later on in Chong Wei's career, he still could beat Axelsen.
Yeah.
Although Axelsen could beat Lin Dan already back then quite a few times, right? But Lee Chong Wei will still be stable enough to handle Axelsen.
Yeah.
But that Axelsen was unstable. He couldn't win any big titles. But after like the COVID,
Yeah.
every player kind of degrade a little bit, and then he just bam, and then he just feels like once you start, because badminton is a very mental sport. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Once you start getting those big wins, you feel very confident. You feel more confident, and then you get more fans cheering for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that feeds into your ego, and then you just become this dominant player, just like Lin Dan back in the days. He will be like in China. Do you know what we call it?
No.
Lin Dan is like having a walk on the court.
Oh.
When he plays against anyone, yeah, everyone just say, "Oh, Lin Dan is having a walk." People call him like the Tai Chi. Do you know what's Tai Chi? So, do you know Tai Chi? No,
I know
really?
Tai Chi.
You don't, yeah. So normally, what Tai Chi does is like, have you saw the Kung Fu movie? Yeah. Like there's a aggressive one, wow, big punch, and then Tai Chi, whoa, this is like pushes back and then fuck the opponent. Lin Dan is a little bit like that. Lin Dan is like using like very just like playing, looks like playing around, right? Feels like playing around, and then just walking on courts, and then it's not even taking the initiative to jump and smash and stuff. He will just like play like this. What do you call it? Like this kind of hooking. Like Axel doesn't get so many times, right? And then just kills those shots. But yeah, but I put Axelsen just because the 2021 Axelsen, I feel against the, let's say, the 2011 Lee Chongwei, I feel it's a, to me, yeah, I feel it's a close game. The 2022, 2021 Momota, when he was having, how many win streak did he have? Like 50 or
He
something?
had Axelsen.
Axelsen.
It was like 30 something.
And then he won like 12 titles a year or something
Yeah.
along those lines. Yeah, I can't remember the exact number.
I think it was 11 or 10 titles.
But it's a lot, yeah. It's I remember someone said it's was it close to it was it matches Chongwei's career, or it's like a little bit lower, or it's exceeded, because back then Chongwei still got Lin Dan to stop him, but Axelsen had no one to stop him. Momota was injured. You know that period?
Yeah.
I think Axelsen probably did have the most something like win streak or something, because Lin Dan and Chongwei, they will still get beaten by some player, but Axelsen was unbeatable pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why. But what's your take on that? Let's say
my thoughts was Lee Chongwei, because I do agree Axelsen leveled up a lot.
Yeah.
Post COVID, and he was obviously very, very dominant. However, I think you can kind of see it now how he loses to players that can sort of get him off guard.
Off guard. Okay.
So Lee Chongwei has like a very good disguised drop shot, and he can drop it very, very tight, which is hard for Axelsen to get because he's so tall. I would also know because I'm quite tall myself.
Yeah.
To like lunge and reach for those drop shots, it's deadly. So to constantly like be ready for a smash, and then to have to like lunge for the really tight net shot, like over and over again, you lose the stamina.
Are you talking about Chongwei losing stamina?
No, Axelsen on his defense.
Axelsen on his defense.
So if you, for quite a few games, like I've watched him because back then when he was so dominant, I was like trying to like look and see what I reckon he like his weakness was.
Yeah.
And then I think we saw it being exposed a bit with when Vitasan beat him and when Pranoy beat him. He kind of struggled with these like sharp drops and all of a sudden like smashes coming in.
Right.
Which I feel like Lee Chongwei does very, very well. He does very, very well at disguising that drop.
Yeah.
And then that injection of pace to come in with that smash.
Right.
Which
So he's like he looks like his jump smash, right? Return jumps high, but he disguised it as a drop, like a kind of slice drop. Are you talking about that shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. That's a very fair point. But just to me, I feel if I imagine in my head the Victor in 2021-22, even now, yeah, against the 2011 Lee Chongwei on court, yeah. And then let's say they never play each other. They very blank on each other's play style and game. They just jump in and then they have a match. I feel Axelsen's smash, Chongwei, he can get it. He would need to dive to get it, and I feel Axelsen will still have the lead, as in Chongwei sometimes can't get those shots. However, just because Axelsen's his calmness, yeah, just after he upgraded after 2020, his calmness and his brain, yeah, let's just call it brain. I don't know what's a better word. He will know how to play again, like to his advantage against Chongwei. But as in badminton is such a variable sport. Like how do you say that? If you put them up against each other, it's very hard to say, right? It's very variable. It depends on the day. It depends on
the shuttle.
Yeah, because sometimes let's say you make like three mistake, 5 mistake in a row, like you'll be like, what the fuck? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very hard to calibrate and start again. Or let's say first match you lose really bad, and then second match, there's a lot of variables involved. But just personal preference, I think Victor, when he won the Olympic, Chen Long couldn't even handle Victor. Yeah, in an interview, even Chen Long said Chen Long was appraising, like he didn't say that, but Chen Long was appraising because Chen Long, even though Chen Long said he wants to win, but he went in. You can see it. He's not that eager because he knows Axelsen. Like he played Axelsen in his prime already. He knows what's it like. So a lot of Chen Long's shot is just very safe, and it just exposes a lot of opportunities for Axelsen to go for that line and then really smack him down. And that Chen Long there, I would say he will still kind of he will give Chongwei a quite hard time. Still like in that Olympics. So there's a lot of different kind of interplay. But I really wanted to put them two as both second because you can even see it. Yeah, Victor and Chong Wei. I was putting them both second. But I feel there was not enough player for me to choose from later on, so I had to kind of delete that. But I'm guessing your third. What's your third one? Your third one.
My third one's Axelson.
Axelson. My third one's Chong Wei. Yeah. So that pretty much discussion. This just these two is the very dominant figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess just cause Chong Wei didn't win like a world championship or gold medal, I think that kind of play a little bit into my head as well.
Right.
Just feeling that Axelson was just way more dominant in terms of his career than Chong Wei. But I understand like Chong Wei's win-loss ratio was right up there with Lin Dan and with everyone else.
I also just feel Chong Wei's play style counters Axelson.
You feel like that way, yeah. That's pretty fair because because it's very hard. It's very hard because I feel like Axelson back then against Chong Wei, there's no doubt. Like when they were playing each other, Chong Wei was the more dominant player because Axelson was aggressive. He was unstable emotionally. He was just like plays into his head too easily.
Yeah.
But Axelson afterwards, I feel he was very stable and
he's very stable.
If they had a game, because I feel Axelson will counter Chong Wei, but then you feel Chong Wei will counter Axelson. So it's a little bit biased, but we're just doing hypothetical, so it's a good discussion.
Well, because Chong Wei was also famous for his defense.
I know. Chong Wei's defense was up. Lin Dan's before I always think it's the attack. Like what that's when I started badminton. Yeah, I started badminton back then with Isaac. Yeah, we play singles, and he was just like destroying me because I was just starting to play and I didn't have it. But then he was really into badminton, so he always wanted to play. Do you get what I mean? Even though I was really shit. And then I was just like, back then I was just like, I don't really care. So, and then we just like hit. And then I started watching a little bit to make sure that I can play him at least a little bit because I need to learn a bit tactic. Otherwise, every time, like at the start, what was the score?
No.
Score. So literally we started like, I told him, you should give me 18 points to start. Like not even joking. Because back then, it was like only the few times I hold a racket was during the school sports thing.
Yeah.
And then later on, Isaac will grab me and then we will play. And then I will use his racket, everything he sees. Yeah, he just told me to come and then he will set up the net and then we play. And I could not even fucking hit one shot back. 18, and you wouldn't believe it. Sometimes I still lose, giving me 18 points to start with. Because just back then, like, you can't understand and
it's very hard when you're a beginner. Yeah.
Beginner, and the other thing is like I'm not a very sporty person, right? And then when I play him, it was just crazy. And then back then I would just watch Lin Dan. Because back then, Lin Dan and Chong Wei was biggest, yeah. When I search badminton, I don't even know who to watch. I don't even know BWF exists. I just click into a match, and then I kind of see how they play. I always thought it was the bloody smash that was the killer.
Yeah.
You could even see it in today's game, because it's kind of like a habit that it's really hard to fix. Like, I tend to go for the smash a lot, because just subconsciously, I think smash is the winning shot. But there's so much to badminton, and we know it, but it's just a habit we can't change, right? But then I always thought it was smash for like many years, only like the late few years. It kind of clicked for me. Like there's people telling me, the clear, and I was like, clear seems like a trash shot, and clear, and then until that Julian, I told Julian, that smash is so big, and Julian was like, you haven't got your clear pinned down. I'm telling you, clear is the winning shot. Like he's been playing badminton for bloody I don't know how many years. He goes to Thailand for training camp, this for training camp. He's like, if you can nail your clear, I'm not just talking about normal clear. If you can nail your clear and control it any way you want, you can play. You can play pretty good already. Like you see those little kid 5-year-old fucking holds a racket not even that tall of the net. He can't do a steep smash, can't do a fast smash, but they could still play like up to like B grade and stuff. You know what I mean? Way better than us, right?
Yeah.
And it was the clear. But then I'm getting a little bit off topic, but just the late few years I've been watching, and I just feel Lin Dan, Axelson, Chong Wei, their defense is crazy. Chen Long, their defense, I swear, that's why they get into the top. It's more of the defense than the But maybe take Axelson out because his smash is a little bit fucked up. But all the other ones, it's definitely the defense and the court coverage and the brain, like the style that you play and the mentality you play with your opponent. That's winning them the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So what? Do you want to keep going or?
Yeah, no, I think.
Or do you have anything?
I think we will just agree to disagree on our second and third, but obviously it was very close between them. You could go either way, but yeah, we've settled on.
Yeah, we have our own kind of views on it because I think what you think is in your brain you thinking Chong Wei his defense and his core coverage will be enough to handle Axelson, right? He does a big smash and then Chong Wei will just dive and get it back very closely and Axelson will get very tired running around, just like how Momota plays Axelson.
Pretty much. So yeah, just because based on past experiences where Axelson's lost the recent matches, it was when the rallies were drawn out and when he had to move out of his base position. So big players with big smashes like Lee Sijia, Axelson was able to control the smash. Axelson's defense is also very good. He can whip it very, very far to the backcourt. He can control it anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
But as soon as he has to start like moving and stepping to cover that, the drop shots, the disguised drop shots, he can't control it as well. So that's where, in my mind, I feel that Chong Wei has the edge.
Right. And where we differentiate is, I feel Chong Wei, he has a really good defense. But I feel just with Axelson's dominating smash, because Axelson, you have to know that he's been top for 1 to 2 years, right? Let's say like the very, very top. No one could beat him. He's like right up there. So there's a lot of analysis going on in his game by other coaches.
Yeah.
There's a lot of analysis just analyzing what makes Axelson so dominant. Even I see sometimes the Chinese video and stuff. But if he was stepping into it and Chong Wei is stepping in his prime, Chong Wei is like all gassed up, already. Axelson is already without that much analysis. You have to say Vidin Sun, right? Is that the Thailand?
Vidin Sun, yeah.
Vidin Sun studied Axelson like crazy. Like I'm not even joking how crazy, because I remember him losing to Axelson in the previous so many games.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think I saw in a video, in an interview, Vidin Sun was like, just like, he's my, not hero, what's the right word? He's my role model kind of thing. So I can just feel how much Vidin Sun studied the game to go in and to go against like his style of playing. Just from the very start, you could feel he was going full on Axelson's weakness. He's going that cross slice. Like you wouldn't see him playing that much cross slice against anyone else. Just Axelson. And would you say his style was he's not playing his style. He's very tweaked against Axelson. Would you say that?
I would say he has tactics, but Vidason's style is kind of like that. He's like his rackets, he's got a lot of racket skill.
Yeah, he does. He's the most, I would say, most skillful player, because he's very stable. He's very like, you can just feel it. Like he doesn't go for risky shots. That's the word, risky shots. He's very stable. His racket work, his techniques, his core coverage, and his aim is just like top. Yeah. If you have if we were ranking the most average player, yeah, I think Lin Dan will come 5th straight away, because Lin Dan's doubles is, I wouldn't say like Axelson got double plays, yeah. Lee Chong Wei got double plays. If you put them in a double match, they can play. You put Lin Dan in a double match, he can't fucking play, because some of this kind of shots, Lin Dan's not used to it. Lin Dan can kind of do I don't know. Yeah, kind of drive shots, because it's not like he can't do it. It's not in his dictionary, but he doesn't need it because he's a main single player, and with his shots, it's enough to kind of destroy any player already. So he doesn't need those shots. But he's just not that of a multi talented player kind of feel. But Chong Wei is definitely, like Chong Wei, I feel you put him in any environment, in anything, he'll play to a very high standard. What do you think?
Yeah, I think
that's pretty much.
Yeah, I think we can leave it there. I think we've said our thoughts on that. Let's move to the fourth player.
The fourth player, mine is Momota.
Mine is also Momota.
Momota. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Sure. I would just say that, like, yeah, Momota, when he came back, that 2018, 2019 period, he was like, yeah, head and shoulders, like, above.
Above everyone else, yeah.
It was, like, very interesting to see as well, because, like, he didn't have, like, a super, like, attacking play style. It was just his basic, like, game was just so good.
Basic. I think
His net shot was like super tight, which like gave him the lift, so the opponents would have to force lift. And even though he didn't have that big of a smash, or he was able to like place it in a really hard to get position.
right. Yeah. Are you finished?
Yeah.
I think you got it pretty much nailed down, because I think that is the Japanese way of playing.
Yeah.
It's very, 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 very. Who's another player that feels very Japanese? Vidin-san. Vidin-san to me feels like a. It's very control player. Very, very control
I think
player.
we just look at Naroka.
Naroka.
He's the
Just look at Naroka against Vidin-san. Have you saw that game, the 2 hour game? Like basically, this is what happened when you have two very talented, very, very like short. What do you call it? Like the word that you used before, racket skill is right up there, and then very calm player waiting for opportunities, and just very mind kind of passive kind of guy. This is what happened. Like they were fucking just doing clears. They were waiting for the opponent to, like at the very start when I was playing badminton against Isaac. Yeah. So skill was way off. You know how did he tell you sometimes I will beat him? That's later on. Yeah. We started with 18, like what we said. Yeah. And then we went down to 15, obviously later on, because he was keep losing. And then we went down to 10. And then I remember it was a school holidays, or like something, yeah. And then what happened is like we go to Wellington, you know, that morning social.
Yeah.
So we will get like after the social, they will not take down the net because they don't have anyone booked, and then the court will be very free. We'll play fucking singles there for bloody like 3 hours. And back then I have the energy, yeah, because you're like 19, 18. You have energy, you have power, and then we do play that long, and it was. I remember like just at this one time I just went like, let's go 0-0. The first few games I did lose, yeah. But later on you could just feel it. Badminton is not a sport all about smash, like and like a lot of skills. Basically how I was playing was reading his shots. I'll get there early, and then I know that it kind of stung him. I know that he's scared that I was there waiting. So it's kind of like you can just feel it that he's gonna play another shot. Like it's very hard to tell, but you can kind of feel it, yeah. And your reach will be just far enough for his drop, because his drop maybe not as good as nowadays. And it's just a very badminton is how I fall in love with badminton as well. It's such a dynamic sport that you don't. It's very hard for one player to dominate, because there's always something, just some random player might give you that fucking just shocks you.
Yeah.
Like Axelson, if he start getting backed by like a rank number 250, and then he start fucking getting every single smash back, Axelson will question himself as well. Axelson will just like keep smashing and it comes back, smashing comes back. Like what the fuck is going on? Like there's always some shot going on. Badminton is a very dynamic sport, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of go off topic of what was I talking about? Momota, his style, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll say his style is passive as well. He waits for Axelson. Axelson's skill back then, I'll say it's close to the top, yeah, because back then Axelson was close to the top. But Momota's ability to read the game, to retrieve, and to have those fucked up net shots.
Yeah.
It play into Axelson's mind so much, I swear. Like,
yeah. And this is like what you mentioned, the confidence aspect. So I feel like when Momota came back from his ban, he had to climb from the lower ranks.
Yeah.
All the way back up to the top. So that kind of helped boost his confidence, because he knew he did not belong in the lower ranks.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe that ban sort of like helped reinvigorate his like love for the sport. So he came back very confident, very, very strong. And that's kind of where that mental aspect comes in. So
mental aspect.
Axelson kind of developed that mental aspect post-COVID.
How long was the ban? I wasn't watching back then.
I don't remember. It was like a two-year ban.
2 year
like
ban.
That. I can't remember.
Back then I was very vaguely watching badminton. I just remember
maybe it was a 5-year ban.
Suddenly Momota just jumps out and then Momota's the top, and then everyone was changing their like bloody like cover picture on Facebook to Momota and stuff like that.
He had talent. Like when he was still coming up. Yeah, it's a shame because I feel like that ban might have stunted his growth because he was competing in the Lee Chong-wei Lin Dan era. Like 2015-ish, around there.
Oh,
he was playing. No, yeah, 2014, 2015. He was playing.
I remember he could get so close to Lin Dan.
Yeah,
like not even joking. It's like 1921, like very close to Lin Dan's level. He was right up there. Like even before the ban, he was right up there. He was not just like very average and then ban and then boom.
Yeah,
he was right up there, but he just haven't got enough experience.
Yes, I would say. Yeah, he wasn't exposed to the high level play. But so we never know. Maybe he could be better if he wasn't banned, but I feel that maybe the ban might have like contributed to his success because that he had to climb back from the lower ranks all the way up, and that kind of made him know that like confident, like he's not a low rank player. He's definitely belongs in the top. So that's why he was so confident and able to play those like really tight shots. But it's a shame that he doesn't play with the same confidence level now.
I feel I just add something. Yeah, I feel it's just because he kind of lose, and then there's too many people talking about that.
Yeah.
If he reads the internet, if he doesn't read it, then just pretend I said nothing. But if he reads the internet, this kind of stuff definitely plays into his mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Quite a bit. Like people saying, "Oh, you're not the same Momota. In Momota in 2018 could have wrecked this guy." Or just like this kind of talk, it's deadly. Like you have to be in a position to understand. Like for us to just to feel the amount of this kind of comment will bring, like the negativity. It's already very overwhelming. Yeah. But for him as a person who's in the sport, I feel it's very hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, to get that from the fans, and then even in the interview, it's not like he lost confidence. He did win some good matches. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in one like in an interview or something, Momota did say he doesn't feel the same about badminton as before. Or something along those lines, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I feel like that confidence of his was what made me put him in 4th place. I still feel that Axelsen would have beat him, like prime Axelsen now would beat him, but definitely he would give it would be close. I don't think it would be close, I don't think it'd be one-sided.
I actually kind of disagree a little bit. I think the Momota prime will still be Axelsen prime just these few years. Just from one of the game, the Denmark game. That game, Momota was I would say just after his return from the car crash. I would say his level is over there. Yeah, there's no like peak or something. His level is pretty steady. Yeah, but you can just you can just feel the style of play that plays into Victor's mind. How much it plays into Victor's mind, because Momota against anyone else was I wouldn't say like eye opening or anything. Yeah, but against Victor Axelsen, oh my god, that was a close game, and I feel Momota should have won that one. Did you watch it closely? Momota was winning so much on the second game. First game he already won. Yeah, he was leading by like bloody 6 points. In a normal badminton match, that's enough to get over the line, right? Yeah. But I think Momota.
Cool. Yeah, should we move to our final pick?
Final pick. You know, I actually very struggle with this one. Who do you choose? Chen Long, yeah.
I put Chen Long.
What happened was I actually put Ginting down, but I just couldn't remember Chen Long when I was choosing the name, and then I kind of saw your one, and then I was like Chen Long's got a gold medal. He's not a normal player. He's got world championship. Chen Long is definitely up there. But I picked Ginting before was because Ginting, he is a unstable player. Would you agree?
I agree.
He's unstable player. When he was in his peak against Momota back then, that in that final, like I forgot what was it, China Open.
China.
In that final, that's when everything goes right. That's when he's in his flow state. That's when he's like indestructible. That's when any kind of shot. You know, sometimes in badminton, you feel like it's not going over, but it goes over. And then you smash. It's like boom, lands on the line. Boom, smash this way. You just feel different. And with that Ginting, I feel he was strong. He was so strong. He was I feel any player against him back then, he will give a shot with all these other players back then, I'll say. Probably
that's that one match though.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I say he's unstable, and that's why I cross his name out for Chanlong. Chanlong is more consistent, but he's a very muted guy. Would you agree? He's a muted guy, as in not many people in the badminton, like let's say back then there was a top four. Boom, everyone remember Peter Gay. Even I didn't watch badminton. I remember Peter Gay, Taufik, Lin Dan, Li Chongwei. And then boom, newer generation. There's a Lin Dan and the Li Chongwei era. But for Chenlong, I guess his personality plays a little bit as well. He's not like a very arrogant guy. He's a very muted guy, just from a personality point as well. And his style of play is very fucking muted as well. His style is so muted. Sometimes he loses, just randomly loses, and no one will notice. Everyone's fucking in the match is like, oh my god, next match, who do you think is Lin Dan, Li Chongwei? And then fucking Chen Long lose in round of 16, and then no one notice. And then if Li Chongwei lose in fucking round of 16, people will notice. People will be like, oh, Li Chongwei got knocked out by this like random as Gordon guy or something. But then if Chen Long gets knocked out, he is quite muted to a degree that people will notice. Like saying that not noticing it at all is a little bit exaggerated, but will notice, but very subtle notice. He's a very muted player.
I would say he's a silent champion.
And then he's got gold, he's got silver, he's got bronze, he's got world championship, All England. Does he have All England?
He's got
All England. He's got pretty much everything, but just the level of inconsistency, and not inconsistency, just like his style does not represent like all this other style. All four of this represent something. Like all four of them, to me, it represents very dominant. Just in any way, any kind of degree, just their style, their arrogance, their winning streaks. They're just like no match at all like against them. It's Sino's dominant, and Chanlong just I don't get that feeling even to now. I know he wins stuff. I know he's a champion in a lot of ways.
He's just not as stylish as the other players.
But if you say someone tells me Chenlong is very dominant, I'll be like, it's not matching up. Chenlong is a very skillful player. He's very talented. He's very like top player. Top player. No one will argue that. But if you tell me he's a very dominant guy in badminton, I'll also be like, okay. Because back then, even Isaac tells me about Chenlong. I thought he was talking about like actor Chenlong. Back then, I don't play much badminton. I thought he was fucking around with me. I thought he was fucking around with me. I was like, Chenlong. I was like, yeah, Chenlong. And then very later on, I actually saw Chenlong, and I was like, oh, this is Chenlong. But then I have to say, he never really registered in my consciousness. Like even after watching his games. And then Isaac was telling me, I forgot what he said. Oh, Chenlong won the world championship or something. But back then, to me, it was just like, I thought it was just a random win. But later on, we know he wins gold and stuff in a Rio and stuff. But he's very, very muted. He's way too muted. That's why I cannot see him in this top 4 category. I just cannot see him there. Even though achievement wise, it will go like Lin Dan, Axelsen, then probably Chenlong, then Chongwei. Achievement wise, like career achievement wise, but just as a player that signifies top main single player, this dominant is too important. I guess this dominant is too important. If Chenlong had something that dominates all other player, like just bloody destroy all other player or something, I think he will be right up there with his achievement.
I think his playstyle is just not as stylish as the others, which is why sometimes he's forgotten. Because Lin Dan has that that charisma on court, like that play style. He's like very, especially in 2008, he was just so like charismatic. Like he demanded attention. Whereas Chenlong isn't that outgoing, that
And
extroverted.
on court, sometimes players shout and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I would say Li Zhijia is not even that big, but just the way that he carry himself
Yeah.
makes him a popular guy. It makes him like a very, you could feel it, yeah. You feel like this guy is representing your country. You feel that pride. But with Chenlong, if Chenlong was representing China. People, it's very similar. Like I've been watching a little bit UFC lately. Yeah, you know Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
He's a strong player. He's a little bit like his achievement is nowhere near Chenlong. Yeah, but he's a very loud guy. People can see him. Like, all the Irish fans goes crazy for him. Like literally, they'll fill up the fucking stage. Irish is only, I don't even know what's the population of Irish, but it's small. Yeah. They'll fill up the stage because you want someone like that, like very dominant to represent your country. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though he lost, his fucking trash talk will fucking destroy the other guy. Like you want some guy like that who does not get muted and get bullied and stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? Because Chenlong, when he was versing in the Olympics, because I'm from China, yeah, I could just feel it. People talk about him, but they didn't put that much hope. If it was, let's say, if it was Lin Dan, even though Lin Dan's skill was compared to Chenlong was fucking trash back then, yeah, people that fucking match would be hyped in China, but it wasn't as hyped because just because winning or losing, people just feel it didn't like this. I guess I don't know how to put it as well. There's just no drama in there. I guess Chenlong is just a very muted guy.
Yeah, he's not that big of a character, but that's also kind of like he's like, I feel like he's kind of like slips past the cracks. Like he's very, very solid. He's a very good player.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a good retriever. He's got very strong legs. Can like sort of like follow the shuttle. But that's just because of his play style isn't as as stylish as the others.
Sometimes he's so tall, yeah, but then I see his smash and I'm like, that's so flat. What the fuck is that smash? He's not like Axelsen, like that steep. Not like Li Zhijia, that fucking power. His smash is just like, it feels like a half smash and then he's like quickly on court recovering for the next shot. But it's a very, I'll say, it's Japanese style kind of thing. I put everything into two styles pretty much, yeah. I put either it's like very dominant, their own style, or very Japanese where you develop every single shot and you just practice days for those same shots. But yeah, I think he's quite muted. But if he's not muted, if I was Chenlong, if Chenlong had a different character, if Chenlong was a little bit like basically Conor McGregor, you know what I mean? Sometimes
he would stand out more.
Sometimes when the opponent like gets destroyed or he doesn't shake his hand, let's say if there was some beef going on, yeah, or like just like when he's disagree with a shot, or like just a little bit of arrogance, I guess, because he's way too muted. I'm not saying arrogance, sportsmanship is really important, yeah. But if he could just have that little bit of spiciness, goes like crazy at fucking repetition or something that gets him onto the media, and then gets the people hyped when he's playing. People wants to see him destroy the other player. People's excited at how he's gonna destroy the other player, and then gives it like a body thumbs down, and then it's like, and then just like fucking puts the China flag all over him, and then puts it into the opponent's face, or something along that line.
Right.
I think he will be a much I'm not saying it's better, but he'll
So think of Kevin Sukamolio then.
Kevin Sukamolio. I actually don't know too much about him, but I'm sure that Indonesian people will feel hyped when Kevin Sukamolio plays. Even though he loses, people will still feel hyped. That is it's a different character, I guess. It's a little bit of psychology, but whereas Chenlong, he plays so safe, people's not hyped even if he like wins gold. Let's say if he wins that gold, it'll be hyped. But it'll be forgotten maybe like in a few weeks.
Right.
Like it's not gonna be in. I mean, two gold medal. It will be written into gold world history, but the rank wouldn't change. Like if he beat Axelsen in that match, this rank will still stay the same.
Right.
What do you reckon? Because that's just one match out of the hundreds of matches that
I reckon. Yeah, Chenlong.
And just overall performance, overall personality, overall sport carriage. Because if you have that kind of, you know what I mean, yeah, that Kevin Sukamolio feel, this sport you feel loose on court. It's just like you be a different kind of feel this person, and you don't even need that much. I swear, like he just like Conor McGregor, he just wins once and then wins. Like he did win world championship,
Yeah.
and stuff, but he's not like a revolutionary guy. I'm sure there's tons of guys who can beat him, yeah. He's like 28-5. He lost 5 times, yeah. There's people who's like 29-0, like they even lose. But Conor McGregor is still the biggest, yeah. If he attends anything, fucking Irish fans, fucking the media, like everything's on him. And I think that's the very big part of the sport is like it's not just about winning gold and winning yourself. It's a little bit about promoting this sport, gets people hyped and kind of represent your country. And yeah, I think that's what I see in like a solid man single player. I guess that's some of the quality that's not talked about on court. Yeah, that's pretty much why. Do you have anything else to add, Cameron? We need to wrap it up.
No, I think that was good.
Do you think it's good? But do you kind of agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Or?
He's definitely compared to the other guys, he's not that big of a character.
Not being seen a lot, and it's very muted.
Yeah, he's like a forgotten champion.
He's got good manners. He's got good sportsmanship, but he just cannot be someone who it's really like I feel these words. I need to mute it out on all of like if we do release this to anywhere, but we probably won't. But he's just not someone you want to represent your country kind of feel. Do you get what I mean? His skill is up there. There's no doubt about it. But if Lin Dan was in I feel much more excited. Even though maybe in my head it's like Lin Dan's 42. He's old. He's probably gonna lose. But just that fucking exciting part and that hype part, I think it brings a lot of excitement into the sport. And yeah, but I think it's good that Chong is like this. So there's some contrast. Otherwise, sports full of arrogant guys. They might as well go UFC. Why they fucking playing badminton? Why they fucking playing badminton as a sport? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our list. Our top five. Yeah.